NaVi handled it very well at the start of Ancient, right?
Sure.
When VP was playing that slower style, like patiently waiting out utility, NaVi was well prepared for that. When VP kicked it up a notch and added a little bit of octane into their play and a little bit of pace and speed, that's when NaVi's defense started like really taking a beating and not able to handle it. So interesting to see what kind of tactics they'll be coming out with here on Anubis to try and slow VP down in a way they couldn't on Ancient.
Well, we're going to get to find out early on because it is VP starting on the T side. NaVi will be on the defense. 4 players for NaVi start on the B bomb side for the pistol round and 1 in middle. So they leave A completely open here. And Imma's going for information early doors. He's checking close left. No one's there. But if he keeps going, he'll detect Norbert and Mir with the bomb. This could be huge for Imma, or it could be a disaster. And, well, it is a disaster. He's down to Norbert early. NaVi at least have some information, but they're down a player and must make a rotation of that 3rd player back.
Yeah, they've brought him over. I don't even know if they spotted the bomb. This is the next point of danger for VP's attack. Dooley's inside of Dark. Wonderful's going to go for a peek. Wrong time, but oh, he handles it perfectly. That's disgusting. And he can even build on more.
That was fantastic from Wonderful. Now from Pillar to B main. He has his USP primed and ready and plenty of teammates alongside him, but why not go for all 5 here, Wonderful? Break down this Virtus.pro attack, but Big comes in to steal 1 away, and Wonderful closes on the first round of play here on Anubis.
Absolutely, that is so gross. What a sequence for him. Even stepping out what it felt like a worse moment to maybe step out of a little bit of cover, step out of safety, but he lines him up and knocks them all down. This is how it started. This is how it finished.
Wonderful.
Bang, bang, bang.
Now Wonderful has obviously been brought into this team to play in the stead of Simple. And he's done a pretty good job, man. There's like so much pressure on his shoulders. In the last 3 months, he's had a 1.17 rating. We've seen NaVi's ratings kind of balloon upwards since his addition. So it's definitely been getting better. And a great pistol to kick off an important map here.
Yeah, he's been finding his own flair, his own little confidence and his own style within this NaVi team, which is nice to see. Because it'd be so easy if you like kind of are in that, if you're in that mindset, like it's us on the outside kind of saying he's been brought in for Simple because obviously he's a young talent, got potential, and Simple leaving the team. And yeah, technically it's put into his spot. But like if you try and be Simple for this team, it's not going to go well. So he's really doing a good job of kind of not putting that sort of pressure on him of being like, I have to replace the best of all time. And finding his own kind of comfort and his own impact within this team.
Well, he did an interview with the Ukrainian organization and said, I'm a new player, so don't compare me to Simple.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's smart. Like, please don't put that pressure on me.
Yeah.
Don't compare me to him. I'll be fine.
He's got the M4A4 out this time. The Poseidon looking to drown a couple players on the corner as Spit sends himself forward, make that money. Watch it burn. Fame and Mir taken out in mid. So 2 players left, just Glocks, and VP will draw out everything they can, of course, in this kind of round. Because they like what's on Norbert's gun. Dollar bills. It's now on the ground itself. JM on the other side of the map would love the fact if the bomb was on his back. He might be able to slip away with one of those, but not to be this time.
I was going to say, he's got to go die. Plenty of time to do it. And obviously find some opponents eventually. 2-0 in the favor of NaVi after that wonderful pistol round from Wonderful. I actually didn't even mean to do that. I just walked right into it.
Sometimes it just be like that.
Yep, sometimes it is. So VP going to get started in the gun rounds down 0-2 at the moment. And a first glance of what this attacking side is going to look like with AK-47s and utility in hand.
And this is where the going will get a little tougher for NaVi. So JM positions himself with AWP through rugs for a dark peek. Now often you'll see the off peek from stairs, so he goes for a little bit of an off angle, hoping to catch a player unaware. But NaVi have decided to smoke off dark because they want to take some control outside B, and it's a good flash. Imma didn't spot Norbert. Norbert's very good at finding the couple of spots you can hide in outside of B. So not detected early on, and now Aleksib will just shoulder peek with the molly ready to drop it at the foot of the B bomb site. And it looks like they're going to have to defend B because Virtus.pro setting out with a couple players outside of Dark and a couple players outside of B main, so potentially a split.
Delaying as long as possible. Imma hears the burning on the Flit. Counter Molotov to make sure no CT can push right in, but that's a great catch. And I think Flit, Yeah, changes positions. You go first, bro.
They've had enough of getting bombarded by utility. So Fame's up next. Imma is now drained of his utility supply, so it's all about rifles, it's all about fights. And Aleksib is about to have one come his way. Fame dies at dark. Norbert had to trade, and a second kill for Mir to the back of the platform. And now Imma detected, but Mir just jumps across in low HP as that bomb is taken out of his hands. Picked up again quickly by Norbert and Flitz on the flank at A.
Oh, I'm almost surprised he didn't go canals to backstab towards Dark. He's put himself a long way out of the action. He's got to hustle to get back involved. Retake not yet sprung just yet, and he creeps ever closer.
Yeah, every second that ticks on allows Flit to get closer and closer to stop this from happening in the retake, but JL's got an important kill, but Flit's made it to the temple, and this could be the execution required for the retake, and it absolutely is. Flit takes out JL, JM finishes off the job.
Good entrance and trading coming in through B main. That's absolutely perfect. You lose the Dark player, but you get the opening kill stepping in and able to swing and find that player in Dark as well. That kill doesn't go the way, but Norbert and Mir doing good work, combining for both peaks and holding on to the post plant as well. 2-1.
Not a lot of money now because of that round for NaVi, so they'll just go with a full USPs, a couple of players upgrading.
Yeah, Bit's pretty busted in terms of his economy, surprisingly, down to 1450.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty for him even when that buy comes through.
I think this is the right call as well. Don't spend everything at this moment. It's still very early on in the half.
It is very early on in the RMRs, but already we find ourselves in a 2-0 matchup. We'll send a couple of teams to the major today. We're doing that on both streams. Or both games.
Other stream we're sending someone home.
Sending someone home, but we had 2 games today on this stream, rather, that we're going to be sending teams to the major. G2 the first to make it. And on the other stream, yeah, it's a different story. We're sending teams home.
I'm so happy to see G2 through to the major.
Yeah, you were happy? I was happy to see that too.
I was just so concerned coming in here that we would see them kind of struggle and limp a little bit, and they were just like, nah, we're gonna cake.
We couldn't do that to Nico again. We couldn't do it to him again.
Well, Nico couldn't do it to himself again. he came in a different level than we saw him in Katowice here at the RMR. So that was a beautiful sight today, seeing him put up great numbers like we're used to.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not the same story for the Ninjas in Pyjamas though. They are down and out, 0-3 out of the competition. And that's the tale of the RMRs. You get 2 sides to the story. One's a beautiful story and the other a nightmare.
Can't have one without the other.
True, true. Well, maybe in 2025.
Maybe.
It'll be the story of NIP.
All tied up at 2. This one's going to be a cakewalk to finish. NaVi getting a little bit closer to challenge for a couple kills, a couple rifles as the bomb explodes. Good flashbang around the corner. VP's aware of the possible danger. Aleksib creeping closer. Bit and Wonderful behind him. JL coming from T-spawn.
Yeah, Fame holding down mouse 1. It's Flit who actually gets that double. Fame manages the other 2. So pistols don't do too much on NaVi as expected. They'll get back to a buy now. Bit will maybe suffer, but the rest of his teammates won't. Now, NaVi played the last game of yesterday in the best of 1 against Enterprise. They had a big tech issue. They went late on into the night. But they got the job done. They handled business. Unfortunately for them, they're the last game of today too, so they have plenty of time to prepare.
Yeah, plenty of time to think about things, research, look at the veto process, grab a couple details they can hang on to across the maps they thought would be played.
Yeah. And we talk about, Norbert being the sports psychologist for VP. Well, NaVi have the luxury of a new acquisition of Ursula Klimchak this year, and she's was obviously the sports psychologist over at ENCE for a long period of time. And now has made the move into NaVi.
Did good work with them and thought she'd take on a bigger challenge of a newly international roster.
Yeah,
and all the frustrations that come along with that.
Quite a challenge. As NaVi, or last year we get the statistics, the most viewed team, so a lot of expectations, a lot of pressure from the fans. And she's just there to help these players deal with that pressure, especially the likes of Imma, JL, Wonderful, coming into this team as their first top-tier organization.
Yeah, she yelled at me yesterday. I said, congratulations to the NaVi guys on the way out for a nice victory. And she was like, nope, not yet.
I was like,
don't put that thought in their head.
And that's why, Jason, that you're casting now.
I was just like, here's a good win.
Damn, all right.
Deserve a little bit of credit.
A little bit of an insight into mentality of what's needed to become a championship-winning team. And she's right, the job is not done yet. Many a time we've seen the RMRs, it's been 2-0 into a well, nightmare situation. We've seen that from FaZe. Had to go to last chance qualifier, last RMR. The buy is back for NaVi, and as predicted, Bit is down to an MP9. And it must push through B again. He's doing this pretty much every round, and this time he looks like he's going to get a kill from it.
Yeah, he's found a real nice gap here. VP.
Oh, have a little look there. Okay, Mir at the window. Good night, pushed out of it.
And this is why you need a utility dump now at the A bomb site, because they're going to stream in from that flank, and it's perfect.
Yeah, it's great from Bit. MP9 melts players, and they're standing in the fire. It just assists, puts the cherry on top. And this attack for VP has fallen flat. Flit and Jame are now in a 2v5, and NaVi won't make the mistakes necessary for VP to get back into this one.
No, this is buckle in, boys. This is going to be about a 40-second save. Flit might accidentally overstep his mark, but Jame is already chilling way back in rugs.
Yeah, Flit's just applying some pressure. Has created a corridor of cover.
I think, again, it's like maybe at the end there, gather some utility close to a dead body, but more than anything, he's hoping to maybe just grab one kill. Start a little
another
bit,
smoke.
Get a little bit of damage. I think also keeping that SMG off of an AK-47 is probably a goal as well. And these are those like micro details to the economy that VP really tries to maximize.
And also by doing these smokes, he's actually keeping these players back if they wanted to hunt down Jame. So keeping them away. And that's a pretty good job done by Flit. Looks like he's going to get away to the rugs with no issue. And unfortunately for VP, NaVi do grab that AK upgrade right at the end. And it's the player Bit who had the weakest weapon. It's a great multi-kill that kind of ends the round in that spot. So we've got to go into the brain of Jame.
Gets that bonus cash as well. Takes him off the bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
He's living the dream.
And some good investments.
Aleksib's being very emphatic here.
Yeah, it's great to hear more of Aleksib's communication and some of the content pieces around Katowice from over the years and hearing his in-game leading style. Very, very vocal.
All right, flash peek coming in. Got to be careful though, Flit.
Oh, blinded.
Spotted, taken down to 33. An extra nade on top. Oh, but the ult missed its chance. That could have been beautiful for NaVi. That could have been a 2-0 exchange. Instead, it's 1-for-1.
Great that Bit was able to get one out of that. It could have been nothing for NaVi.
And here's the response, right? Here's the rebuttal. Virtus.pro say, okay, you put some resources. You had at least 3 players executing that push out A main, so we're going to take space in middle. You don't have enough bodies to put in middle to stop Mir from gaining this control, although he doesn't want to keep it. Decides to back off. So really not a whole lot actually gained at the end of the day. I thought Mir would be an aggressive lurk. But over towards the B bomb site we go.
Yeah, and this is going to be towards Aleksib B.
And that mid pressure from here was just enough. It's keeping 2 players in middle, which leaves Aleksib all on his own.
Oh, he's got to call for his teammates to come and help him now because VP are not respecting that smoke that was just deployed towards B main. They force Aleksib B behind the cover of the smoke grenades. He'll try and delay, but that bomb plant cannot be stopped. It will come through on default. And now it has to be a retake for NaVi. JL's on the flank around B main. Jame is currently watching that, but will he be looking at the right place at the right time? And his teammates getting kills inside of the site certainly helps them as they look towards that flank. JL gets a headshot, draws Jame to look back, but it's a missed shot from the sniper. JL gets that second kill, and now it's all about the rifles inside of the site. Fame is a dark Mir dancing around the obelisk, and he's doing as much as he can with his AK-47, but NaVi find the kills right towards the end, and this retake is perfect towards the end of this. JL with some massive, massive impact.
Yeah, huge kills on the flank, and Jame just couldn't find the timing for when JL's gonna wrap the corner, so Galil has to take a very difficult fight. But still, Mir inside the bomb site, 1 player in dark as well. You feel like VP still has a really strong chance. Nicely done on the retake, and they overcame the odds in that round to get a defuse and to get the round victory.
Timeout for Virtus.pro. That's a frustrating round to lose. They definitely felt like they had that. It didn't play out like a clean retake either. It was just straight into fight, straight into chaos, and VP unable to handle it.
Aleksib on defense had a stockpiled Molotov as well. He threw one towards jail as the smoke execution came in, and then he threw one at the default plant spot as well. So he's got some utility stockpiled. When they leave him, they make sure the anchor has all the resources he needs to get creative during the chaos.
He's not left to his own devices completely. And you can see how quick those rotations in from NaVi were. I think Jame's going to be very frustrated that he didn't land that shot on JL, because imagine he does, right? It's a completely different position. Then you have an AWP B main.
Imagine if Wonderful hits that shot to start the round though, right? Like you can go that any way, and that's Counter-Strike.
Nah, he's happy with himself, JL. He knows what he just did, so he'll take that. AK-47 for Flit. Everybody else on pistols. Not where VP want to be, but it's the reality they face.
I can make a lot work with this AK-47. At the moment, it's passive towards Rugs.
Yeah, if you have the AK in one player's hands, you would want it to be in the grasp of Flit. Flash goes down to Dark, blows open. The smoke allows Imma to fight, and I thought Flit dodged that engagement, but he goes back at the last second, and Imma just sees enough.
I think Imma spotted it as he ran into that cubby, but yeah, that was a real panic situation where he didn't expect that smoke to get broken open the way it was. Good find from Imma.
And he's not stopping. He stays committed to this Dark angle. Jame, blown open yet again. It's the same move, same result. VP lose 2 players in that engagement, and whoever grabs that AK-47 seems to lose their life immediately.
It's the AK-47 you don't want to pick up. Yeah, and there was a lot of, I mean, the game plan, it felt like, was maybe to bait a Tech 9 in towards Dark with that AK-47, help crack open the bomb site. That's obviously been taken away, just ripped out of their hands. So falls into, I don't even know. We're going to go back and get that AK-47 in Canals. He got 25 seconds with which to do something.
Yeah, not a lot of time at all.
And B main has been cleared. So NaVi have a good read that the attack is really going to come from mid or Dark.
And Imma's got such a good position, just hold Dark from. He's even got a support network out towards B main. Wonderful Aleksib chime in. That's Aleksib's first kill of Anubis. And the AK-47 of Doom is kept in the hands of Mir.
Ooh. Gave away his position, but not a big deal at the end of the round. Nobody's close by. A little bit of spam coming through. Dangerous, but he's going to survive. With the AK-47, he can pick up armor and a little bit of utility as well. He's already got a smoke Molotov in his back pocket, so all good for Mir. Round 8. VP starting to get buried a little bit. This T side has hit a wall.
And this is a very T-side map. The most T-side map we've got in the pool currently. If NaVi can continue racking up rounds in the defense, this could be an incredible story for them to force Inferno. Mir's moved through mid with that AK save in the previous round.
And this isn't like fast or aggressive. I mean, it's fast, not like fast pace, but it's a very early time in the round for this to happen. Aleksib might get caught off guard. Little bit of a jiggle, didn't see anything. Now should hear the footsteps of Mir.
Yeah, but the problem is the push A main has been spotted out, and they've also spotted the T player up in Rug. So Mir is the player that has to be the playmaker in this round. And Wonderful's about to check him. AWP. Oh, it just doesn't get to the angle in time.
That's crazy. I mean, Aleksib knows. Aleksib's come all the way back to CT spawn to make sure they can double clear this, and they're hunting him down again. Mir might just dodge the timing, just barely somehow.
Now they don't know where he is. Like, they can clear our camera now and realize he's not in middle, so surely you put the dots together to figure out he's here, but still, Mir gets a kill somehow, and now the distraction is set up for it to come through Dark. And I don't know how Virtus.pro found the perfect pathway. All of the timing pays off.
Mir makes a play and a half, and that is just, NaVi could never find him. They knew what had happened. They knew somebody slipped the net, but it took so long to find his position, and it's the least expected spot.
Oh, that is Counter-Strike.
At some point, Aleksib's probably just like, maybe I'm imagining it.
Yeah, maybe Mir. Did I hear steps?
Maybe he never like pushed Temple. Maybe he fell back.
Yeah, it's like, surely I would have seen him by now.
Oh, that's going to be so heartbreaking when you watch this replay back and see exactly how all the timings of that round worked.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously NaVi not able to go for a round like this, being so far removed from it, but they might be able to get some really damaging kills towards the end. JL doesn't look like he's going to descend down the rugs just yet.
No, you have no reason to at this point. So everyone's going to survive with what weapons they have. Virtus.pro get a third on the board. Plenty of money, though, for NaVi.
Yes, plenty of money. And that's a round they'll just be frustrated about. It's where timing goes against them. And perhaps they'll have to address middle early on now, realizing that that was a gap that cost them.
Good play from here, though. I mean, that's just information coming from the extremities that there's an A push going on, that there's players being aggressive again. And previously, we saw that same reaction with the A aggression from NaVi, was Mir pushing up towards the double doors and getting control. This time, he took it a step further. Actually, he took it like 5 steps further, went all the way to CT spawn.
Yeah, he was sprinting. And goes back again to middle early on. Realizes there's likely an adjustment on the other side of things, so he's not forcing the issue this time. Just hoping for a lucky kill through the smokes. Not this time. Wonderful. Scope up. JL pushing middle. Oh, they've got nades in hand. And JL doesn't take his kill. Instead, caught through the window. Big kill from Flit. Now Wonderful steps up to the mark. James is now on the angle, so Wonderful, if he was to re-peek, it would cost him his life. And we know Wonderful doesn't often make mistakes like that, so he goes back, he becomes passive. And this is a great start to the round for Virtus.pro.
JL's going to be frustrated. He had to play. He made it work, just missed the opportunity.
And then to get domed from Canal.
And then to get wrecked on the fallback through the window as well.
Oh, it just goes so wrong for him. Good nade here from Bit. Bit's under a bit of scrutiny at this point. Doesn't feel comfortable to stay committed towards A main, so drops further back into the bomb site. And this is giving Virtus.pro quite a bit of space, but Bit is going to call this. He hears the steps. He needs some help. Flashes come up. That blinds VP at the doorway, and Bit only gets 1. But the rotation is so fast, but it doesn't even matter because Aleksib is down without a single kill. So it falls to Wonderful. And there's 25 seconds left. Bomb not planted yet, but utility will allow it to come through. And VP are damaged goods, but it looks like, despite the low HP, they've got away with it.
Great supplemental utility. That second salvo of flashbangs from VP after the Molotov are just perfect. They wreck Aleksib. He gets the first bullet, a ton of damage, and just can't track due to how blind he is. And they break right into the A bomb site. Nothing subtle about that one. That's just brute force.
I mean, if Aleksib doesn't get caught by that flashbang, that round feels like it's going to crumble for VP.
Again, though, NaVi's done like a good job of getting, when they have a good timing, a good sense of the timing of when those A hits are coming. They've been able to kind of really put Virtus.pro in tough positions with a Molotov down in that choke point. This time, Bit just couldn't swing wide enough. I don't think he trusted the timing of the flashbang coming in to actually swing on those fights.
It didn't look like the flash was as effective as he would have liked. So
yeah, one player was already past it, I think, is what made him nervous. One player kind of beat the Molotov and hugged that left wall. So I think he was like, if I swing wide, that guy's not going to be blind. He's not going to be burning. He's going to have my number.
Still manages 1, just not enough in the end. Fight 4. NaVi still have the lead, but that is starting to shrink as VP found some life on this T side, similar to that of Ancient, right, where NaVi get a big lead on the CT side and VP have to recover. But it's not enough to just recover and have a close half here. They want to leave this half ahead. Ima, oh, that play has worked out for him so many times, but this time it goes against him. The smoke clears to reveal his spot, and Ima is taken out. Does Flip force the issue? Doesn't look like it, so he'll drop back behind that smoke and wait it out. Wonderful. Oh, because of the angle, missed shot. It's a wild peek that goes against NaVi. So a 5v3. Virtus.pro have 2 players, and they've got all the time in the world to play with to position themselves correctly for a split into the B-bomb site.
And everyone's here. This is just going to come after that Molotov fades. They have a minute. They can be patient, as you mentioned, but with everyone here, I think there might just be another round of nades coming in. Unfortunately, I think most of the utility that they have is over in dark, so Norbert's just going to creep in towards Jail.
Yeah, he's going to lock up a kill here, surely. JL's at the back of the platform. Reload comes just as that smoke fades away. So it's all on Aleksib, and he doesn't have the weapon for the job. An AWP to look between 2 angles is a death sentence. Aleksib is shut out. Bits on the other side of the map, and it is all tied up. 5-5. What a recovery again from Virtus.pro.
That's so much time at that bomb site too. Like JL, like the mistiming of the spam and the reload, but you just never know where Virtus.pro is crept to. Bit's going to try and keep this M4 in his hand. I think he was spotted. He's definitely known now, and Fame shuts it down. Good headshot, and we're all tied up.
Yeah, it's kind of massive too, because NaVi don't have a whole lot of cash to rely upon. We spoke about that throughout this half, that NaVi have always had money to go back to a buy. This time, it's not looking so pretty.
And it's like Ancient all over again, right?
Exactly.
Like NaVi kept it close, had a battle, was looking good early on in the early stages, and then VP just have so many different options they can switch into, and they're just going to grind you down and find ways to win a cheeky round here there. One of them is going to be a sneaky mirror creeps into CT spawn. The next one is just going to be brute force towards the A bomb site. This time it's a slower paced constriction on the B bomb site. Like they're throwing everything at NaVi right now, and this defense can't get settled.
And eventually all those rounds pile up to break the money of NaVi. And this is, on paper, the easiest round for Virtus.pro to go up against. Dual Berettas and Deagles, P250s, they come out into play for NaVi's defense here. Yeah, and JM feels comfortable to go for a peek.
Flit has a Molotov nade combo to break open that smoke and actually took control of Dark, had a pretty deep angle, but gives it back up after the fact.
Yeah, with JM not getting a kill on the B bomb site, maybe that's the call to just reset for a moment. Burn the utility of NaVi. They can't have too much of it. Smoke goes down. Virtus.pro can outlast the utility of NaVi. No kills yet. But it's obvious to us looking at the minimap, we're going to see VP try and crunch upon this B bomb site. Mir's now joining the rest of the pack, ready to attack. For NaVi, this really is the best chance to win the round too, because the majority of their players are on this B bomb site. Aleksib fortunately gets out of the fire.
They've used 4 Molotovs on Dark in this round.
Yeah, just burning through them. Flit now goes in. Big shot from Wonderful. Is there anything else here for NaVi on the Deagles? They'll put them ahead yet again. JL topples as soon as the pressure is put on. Now Virtus.pro coming out on top of these fights. Wonderful and Imma stuck at the back of the platform behind those smokes. Wonderful goes for a peek. James holds forward. Second shot. Oh my god, Imma double kill, denies the bomb plant. And suddenly it's bit left in a 1v2. Back to the platform. Dual Berettas running the time down. If he can stay alive and get behind cover, maybe there was a dream. But there was just too much focus on him, and VP stay composed.
And none of those last 2 players were injured at all, so those dualies were always going to have a tough task. 100 HP, but Imma makes it interesting. There's a little bit of panic into the VP ranks. But Virtus.pro still comes out on top. So play continues, and they take a lead in what this is, 3 or 4 rounds in a row now for VP. This offense has hit critical mass. They're just rolling through this map.
And we know that VP are going to be able to adapt throughout the half. NaVi just unable to stop it, despite those frustrating rounds. You know, you mentioned the timing on Mir, the play into the A bomb site.
And I think that's the true pain of playing in MR12 is just like you have like one round where Mir slips into CT spawn like unexpectedly and difficult to find, and all of a sudden
makes a big difference to your overall half.
Yeah, the half is really struggling to recover from it. Another missed shot from Wonderful on the cross. He missed that angle twice now in this half.
Yeah, there was a setup there. 2 players once again, and could have been a great opening for NaVi, but it goes against them. And Imma, in the early half, in the early going of this game, he was winning these fights in Dark, but Flit has destroyed him. And this time forces him back in towards the hieroglyphics, and Flit has Dark control.
And look how important it's been to Virtus.pro in these past 2 rounds. 4 Molotovs in this position last time. Flit eventually gains it, uses a Molotov to make sure they can't position to push back into him. They really want NaVi to feel the pressure from Dark being occupied. And now that they have that, they can challenge towards A main. This one Wonderful won't miss.
Important kill to drop back to 4v4. A lot of time still for VP to make a round happen here, and Imma's aggression into Dark is punished by Flit. The patience has paid off, and now they're splitting through B main. Aleksib is stuck behind the pillar, and he will be posted up by Flit. JL at the back of the platform, nothing extra for the NaVi defense in the last round of the half, falls on to Wonderful, and he's so far removed from doing anything in this round. He's worried about a mid flank, he's worried about everything at this point. His teammates have not put him in a winnable position, but he must attempt it. We'll see how close he can get.
This round is put together so beautifully by Virtus.pro. Every step of the way, they put Wonderful in an impossible clutch.
Although it has been disappointing for NaVi to start so strong and cool off towards the end of the half, it's still a decent CT side. 5-round CT side of Anubis is workable. We know how strong the T side can be, and Virtus.pro will be happy to leave the half ahead. But we've often seen bigger halves on the T side, so NaVi can work with this, especially with a pistol win in the second.
Sure, yeah, this is definitely a manageable scoreline. I think one, obviously in MR12, the start to the game, the first 4 rounds is going to dictate a lot. First 3 rounds even is going to dictate a lot of who's going to have that early momentum. But also, as we saw in Ancient, that Virtus.pro defense can get real tough to break, can lock down real easy. So let's see what NaVi's got. Let's see what Aleksib has in the tank, what kind of game plan he's going to come up with. Blade behind him to support during timeouts. Actually, not behind him, excuse me.
Yeah, he really is there. We just can't.
He's there. Yeah, maybe I just didn't see him on the camera.
We just can't see him.
Okay.
He's sitting down, he's chilling.
He's hanging out.
The seats blocking him out. The Flit's fight in Dark really turned the tides of the half. You know, that's you pointed out last round, Jason. The Dark play opened up so many options for Virtus.pro.
And I think like what's really cool about Virtus.pro, because like their spacing when they attack bomb sites is so good. Yeah. It's so strong to allow them to trade everything, and it just it's like it feels like the spacing is like a little bit further than most teams you see. Because it's like right when you consider a different angle of attack is when they pop out for the trade. It's beautiful.
It absolutely is beautiful. And this round might be the same. Virtus.pro start with 3 players positioned quite aggressively towards A. Mirror's on a push through middle to gather information. And the worrying part for NaVi is they've got 3 players poised to go into A main. This could be an absolute massacre. If they round this corner, the USP is ready to strike. The flash was so important, but Fam gets back to it in time for a headshot. Flit is now second in defense, and Mirror's drop back. They apply pressure to Norbert. He'll drop into Temple. Bomb yet to commit forward for NaVi.
They can't split the A bomb site with A main control in Virtus.pro's hands, and that's the bomb. So, it's elsewhere that NaVi go. They run into Norbert, getting whittled down as they move around the map, and JL's just hustling, looking behind him. So scared of a peek, but they'll find a way into the B bomb site. They'll at least get a plant, but it's a disadvantaged post-plant situation. Virtus.pro on 3, plays against 2 for NaVi.
2 through CT, and Flit has now started that flank through the canal. He's worried about a dark peek. He's just waiting until his teammates get closer from CT spawn. Virtus.pro, comfortable running the time down, but they can't let it run too low because of that very fact you mentioned, lack of kit. JL swings, important trade from Aleksib, and now it's all on Flit, who makes no secret about where he's coming from. Up through Dark, applies the pressure by sticking, or rather tapping that defuse, and Flit is not finding Aleksib, who is just running around the obelisk. This pistol goes NaVi's way, and Aleksib does it in style.
Yeah, well done for Aleksib. Huge clutch in the 1v1. He had time on his side as well. It's essentially a 2v1 when you consider the clock. But well done from NaVi, because Plan A got stalled out. Plan A got stopped in so many ways, and they still find the solution.
Yeah, it's great for NaVi to be able to stay composed in that situation, because very easy to call something out of spawn and be stuck on that idea. But when the chaos ensues and they see plenty of members, they stay in positions where they can drop out, and that bomb stays composed. This trade's so important from Aleksib. He was the MVP of this round. Some sick shots from the in-game leader.
And good to get aggressive as well. Like when that retake is coming in that slow, and you know there's multiple different points of attack they can come from. Like if you just sit in your spots and wait, Virtus.pro, that's exactly what they want. They're going to have multiple choke points to challenge you into. So getting aggressive on the pistol, essentially taking a 2v2 before the third player can get involved, is absolutely perfect. And now NaVi get to sit back and wait.
The pistol round win will allow NaVi to tie up the scoreline once again to 7-7. And you mentioned just mere moments ago the fact that in MR12, the start of halves can determine so much. NaVi trying to force this onto Inferno, the 3rd map of the series. Ancient went the way of Virtus.pro. And the battle on Anubis is just over halfway done.
It's just really beginning, it feels.
Yeah, it does. Emma. It's going to be an awkward fight. He's taking damage, and he's overrun. He's overwhelmed. Amir now has a better weapon to play with.
Thankfully, there's no defenders at this A bomb site. It's a full execute from NaVi. Ooh, Aleksib just looks away as well, so he's going to get pushed from behind also. He's tracking Mir, he's tracking the footsteps. Good headshot. One more is going to come, and that's a recovered Galil that dispatches Aleksib. I still don't know if it's enough to make this retake doable. But they do have a player on the A main flank as well.
Yeah, they can make it expensive. Especially with that kill from Norbert, who now has a better weapon on the ground. It's a 2v4 suddenly. Wonderful and Bit must pull this off together, and now it's just Bit. Mac 10 at range with the flank from Flit. Disaster strikes for NaVi. It should have been tied up 7-7, but NaVi lose against the Pistols.
Just got whittled down. First it was Emo watching the B push, loses that fight. Aleksib gets flanked out, picked apart, and Virtus.pro just in sneaky positions. So little investment as well, no armor. Norbert was hiding in the heaven smoke that whole time, biding his time. Flit with a late flank again. Ooh, that is soul crushing.
Those are the rounds that can break you. Those are the rounds that can get VP into the second half right away. And Virtus.pro staring down the barrel of a 2-0 victory and a ticket to the major right away. NaVi come back in with a fight though. AK-47 for Imma, Tech-9s and Deagles alongside a Mac-10.
Yeah, they want it back, but they probably don't realize James already got the AWP in the field of play. He's already got the big weapon. They're going for the boost that he's looking for.
Oh, he's got eyes on it. He's waiting for that head to round the corner. Will Imma go? 40 will, and he baits out the shot. Now they know the AWP is there, and Imma's still sticking around. Aleksib runs through the smoke. It's a chaotic opening inside of mid, and James is under pressure now with his AWP. Has to rely on the rifles, needs a shot of his own, and eventually will connect that onto Imma. James withstands the early pressure, but look at this. Through all that early chaos, through all that early mid attention, Bits got through to the B bomb site, and James is not ready for this. Good night, James. A brilliant shot from Bit. And his teammates can come and help now.
I don't even care about the shot. What a brilliant move from Bit. While all that attention is going down in mid, but he's not known for his opping, not known for it. And Flitz found some standing. Wonderful pops up, and NaVi's got it right back.
Yeah, we said that was the goal. You know, they let themselves fall in the banana skin. They trip over the peel, and they come right back into it with a purchase of their own. It didn't look pretty, but they find the opening move, and Bit finds the gap.
Yo, that AWP actually feels like it kind of betrays Virtus.pro in this round, going up against Tech-9s, going up against Mac-10s, weapons that can be highly aggressive and very fast in their fight selection. James just, that was so unwieldy in that engagement. Mira, I think it was Mira in middle, was looking for the boost after James missed his shot, surprised by the Mac-10, and then James like, oh God, he's like 10 steps closer than I ever expected.
Yeah, and he tried to get back into the site.
And it's so much resources from VP to protect middle and to protect that AWP.
Well done from Bit. Sensing the gap, taking a risk, and making it pay off.
Great recovery from NaVi.
Can't let it slip now. We'll see what Virtus.pro decide to do. Whether or not they go for the full eco or buy back again themselves. And of course, there's an option to buy the AWP, so we'll do it. I'll get the rifles out around it and a couple of pistols. This fight might not be over just yet. You know, NaVi could still lose this follow-up, and then we're into just a battle of bruised buys.
Well, and this is classic VP as well, and this is why all the teams kind of mentioned they're so difficult to play against, is because you never know what they're going to come out with. They're completely comfortable having 4 pistols and James on an AWP, and when you think you've actually broken the economy, you all of a sudden have to contend with an AWP that you didn't expect. It's just high stress Counter-Strike at all times when you play against Virtus.pro.
Oh, it could be a rude awakening for JL if he thinks he's going up against a rifle around that corner. Oh, if he walks into James, this could be such a brutal opening to suffer. But maybe Wonderful is the player to fight him. And the smoke will come down and buy a few more seconds thanks to James. James gonna relocate. He's gonna rotate all the way back to the A-bomb site instead. Just changing that AWP up early.
Let's see if he utilizes this window of that smoke that was just thrown down at the B-bomb site.
If they go B, I think Virtus.pro just saved now.
Absolutely. But yeah, so James ran over to A when that smoke is thrown down. He actually started shifting back, but now he's come back one more time. So they feel like they've got a good read because, again, for everything they've risked in this buy this round, it's all at the A-bomb site.
If Mir can almost try and lure them into camera, oh, this could be absolutely devastating. 15 seconds, they have to commit into the A-bomb site, and there's 4 Virtus.pro players waiting around the corner. Bit comes blistering through, but it's the time. It's the limiting factor. 7 seconds of it, not enough. And JL rounds this corner, and he is now not in a position to win this round. He has to stay alive, and they could kill him after the time. They're coming around the corner, and JL just about dodges that. But at the last second, a merciless kill from James. $2,000 in the bank at least for JL. It's not as devastating as it would have been to the other players, but that is the frustration of playing against Virtus.pro. Just when you think you snatch it back, just when you think you've broken them, they've got the AWP back, they make the right read, and you run into a stack.
I'm trying to imagine what the read was to have 3 players stacked at the A-bomb site basically the whole round, and to even bring Jing back to lead.
Maybe it's just a gamble. Maybe it's just a straight up gamble that's paid off.
I'll tell you what though, they did a great job of stalling NIP out. I didn't even realize when they began that execution, there were only like less than 20 seconds left. Like NaVi, excuse me.
NIP are gone, Jason.
Yes, they are. Still, I got to get used to that.
They burned in your brain from yesterday.
NaVi just like, I feel like they didn't do really, it was almost like they expected to get a free kill here or there. It's that was the plan, to have someone like push and get aggressive with pistols, or have an easy fight when you turn a corner. And the fact that they just ran into a fully kitted out VP defense was a disaster.
Yeah, it's getting frustrating now for NaVi, but for Virtus.pro, they're starting to get to the end of the tunnel. The major in Copenhagen awaits if they can close out Anubis. Former major champions in Rio did not even have an opportunity to defend their crown. They went out in the RMRs in Paris, and now they're back for the Copenhagen run in CS2. And it might be a 3-0 victory for them in all of their maps.
Deep angle from James. Two players going to be coming through camera real quick on contact. There's the first, nails it.
Not a problem for James. He'll change up his positions towards the bricks. He's going to start stacking these kills up piece by piece. Second attempt does not connect. His teammates have made the rotation over. NaVi stay committed to the A-bomb site, trying to use their final pieces of utility to a last-second ditch effort in towards the bomb site, but Mir is lined up too. Wonderful and Bit come back once again, but James, in back-to-back rounds, closes with an AWP wall bang.
Again. An AWP wall bang again.
Yep.
Why not? VP looking good. And here's that defense that we saw in Ancient that looks so solid. NaVi invested into that round. They forced up a bit, so this one hurts. And without a bomb plan as well, you kind of just have to swallow your pride and sit this one out and save up for the next round.
And then that will be kind of the last attack that they have, the last option to get into this game again. Because if they concede the next buy round, VP will surely be on 12, ready to close. NaVi take their time. Try and calm the nerves a little bit at this point. Has probably been rattled all over the place over the last few rounds. It's been chaotic and frustrating. And sometimes these rounds can just be a moment to breathe. Good team effort across the board from Virtus.pro today. There's no one player standing tall above the rest. Bomb plant attempts being set up for NaVi. Gonna be the B-bomb site they attack. Norbert has utility to make it difficult, and given the setup, you would imagine Flit shuts this down. Distraction pulled away, Flit peeks out for the platform. He's attempted to be overrun here. JL actually does get that kill, but the rotation from Mir is so damn fast, and they clean it up. No bomb plant for NaVi, 11 rounds for Virtus.pro. And here's the last-ditch effort, the last stand of NaVi in this map.
Yeah, they absolutely have to have this round. They need to win it. They've been shut out for quite some time. That's a lot of notes, and it looks like tiny font.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
God bless.
It's gonna give you a headache reading that.
Yeah, poor Bit.
He's like underlining the key pieces of information. It's gonna be in English too, so it's gonna take even longer for him. It's like, God damn it.
Here we go, round 19. AK-47's out for NaVi. Plenty of nades and utility. Only JL really hurting in that department. Fast dark smoke. Molotov to hold it off gets extinguished.
Oh, JL, does he keep going? Does he take a risk here? Oh, he does. He gets into dark. Flit is dropped back. He'll toss utility in. Probably heard those tippy-tappy steps of JL pushing forward. It's all about the timing here for NaVi, whether or not they're able to crunch on this site and that grenade. It is brutal, but Flit has fallen. And the rotation from Virtus.pro, it's starting to come through, but it's a passive setup designed to retake rather than fight to stop the initial plant.
Flashbang over as well. Looks like they might want to peek and fight. They have smokes to drop so they can cross over. They toss the bomb. Re-smoke towards Temple, and the retake's coming in quick.
Mir goes for a pre-fire. No player in that position, but he spotted JL get behind the pillar. He's just hoping that JL overextends. He goes for a fight. He's given him a couple of chances here, but now JL crosses and changes position. I think Virtus.pro haven't got those kills, and now with that kill from Imma, that should absolutely call the save.
I think the save came out even earlier when Mir was just kind of bouncing around that pillar trying to find JL, but it never came to fruition and he hustled off. Just one kill at the end on a James, but the AWP is recovered. So NaVi, they win a extremely necessary round and they keep up the fight. They're going to be on 8, 3 rounds back now. And Virtus.pro still stuck on 2 rounds away from the Copenhagen Major. This time, good pressure from Dark, from JL, forcing Flit back And he's dumping utility to try and slow down the attack he feels is coming and just can't hold him at bay long enough.
And you know you can't just sit behind that smoke, especially if you're trying to split it with your teammates through B main. So there's a risk needed, and JL takes it at the right time. NaVi, we said, needed to win that last round. They've now done that. And so a timeout taken to address some of the issues that might crop up here, because they know that VP have saved 3 players. They know they're going up against a good buy. So it doesn't get any easier for Aleksib and the boys in NaVi. Deep in thought.
Deep in stress. He's probably trying to read that fine print.
He's like, God, my headache. Who knew playing video games, a career playing your favorite video game, would lead to reading more?
That's a good thing.
Yeah. What's the last book you read, Jason?
The last book I read. Don't worry about it, Dinko. I'll tell you another time.
Not suitable for the broadcast, perhaps.
It's one of those things you just don't want to get into.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was a nice book on history and politics.
Yeah,
but we don't need to go down that road.
Yeah, we'll stop that. 11-8 now. NaVi immediately smoked dark. Flit will look to try and address that with a smoke of his own. Eventually. And there we go. Deeper this time. That's going to hold JL back. He knows he's going up against Flit on the other side of things.
This time it's denied access, though. They're like, you're not challenging this early again. We're going to make sure there's so much utility that you get a little bit nervous to come through.
Yeah. Not if you haven't detected where that AWP will be of Jame.
You ever notice how games, like, everyone gets a little jumpier with utility at, like, late on in important games, or, like, we don't want to win or lose this game on, like, this 1v1 fight at this part of the map. We want to lose it on, like, the 5v5 execute with 30 seconds left.
Draw it right down to the final seconds. It looked like Jame was about to have a duel against Aleksib in mid, but utility, as you were pointing out, has changed the face of that fight. Damn, it is really only utility, but eventually that will drain completely. And we're now at the 35-second mark as NaVi getting players for the A split.
Look what they have left, though. Oh, nice shot from Jame. Clips him through the wall, but there's 2 flashes and a Molotov. Aleksib had an HE. No smoke for NaVi. They've got to find some way to crack in. There's 2 defenders on an island at A.
Next contact cannot be wonderful. It has to be the players coming through A main at this point. And Jame is ready to drop that bomb. He's got such a good position to try and stop this from happening, and they run through main. 10 seconds left. Fame's still at the back of the cake. They have to get rid of him, and they have to start planting the bomb right now. Wonderful has just made it in time, and the bomb will be planted, but no winning this clutch. No way. It is Virtus.pro up to 12 rounds, and they're now on series point, a round that will bring them to the major in Copenhagen.
And that's a disgusting defense. That's so well done. Again, it's just so passive. NaVi can't find anything as they're encroaching to a point where they can pull the trigger on an execute. Jame just gets 1 kill, plays it safe, draws down more time. Fame doesn't peek from the bomb site whatsoever. 1 kill as they're streaming in and just hides and delays for time even more. And NaVi just have no answers now. Good shot from Jame, good kill, Bits clearing every other angle, and NaVi can't find any of the critical kills to put this round into any point of success.
And that's thanks to Fame not overextending, not giving those A main players even a chance to take him out, because if they do, they can get that plant down earlier, they can focus completely on Jame and crunch him in a sort of sandwich, and that isn't allowed to happen. But VP call a timeout. They want to win this series now. They want to go 3-0 in the RMRs and get straight through to the major without dropping a map.
4 rounds in a row NaVi needs to force overtime. Inferno, the deciding map, might not get any love. It's round 21. Op still in the hands of Jame. No AWP for Wonderful on the NaVi side of things. They've stuck with just rifles. Plenty of nades.
At least NaVi have the weapons to go to battle. Bit searches for the opening outside A. And they'll default across the map here, NaVi. Settle into round 21. Attempted boost for Imma. Does not find any success. They've used this move in mid quite a few times. So Imma clears out. Aleksib moves through the mid smoke.
Yeah, but they've been shut down a couple of times when they've tried to use it to go to the A bomb site.
Amir could do that again. Plays on the other side of double doors. In cover currently. Spots wonderful and sees a glimpse before Let fills his mouth. Camera smoked off. The A bomb site has been a problem, so why not try and split B instead? Norbert gets taken out by Aleksib. Punches for NaVi, knocking out multiple players from Virtus.pro, and Foot is overrun. They've got the B bomb site. They avoid A, and they avoid defeat for at least another round.
Yeah, good luck, Flip. he heard one coming Temple, one coming from CT, and obviously B main was under a lot of pressure too. He was never going to be able to save that round for his team. Good split this time from NaVi. Again, that mid presence, clean kill on Mir. Timing not with him as he bobs his head up and down, and then it's all over. So 12-9, NaVi still in this fight. And the hard part is, I guarantee you they want to hunt down these weapons. I guarantee they would love to take this AWP out of James' hands.
And they're going to send one player over there. Bit's currently at A main.
So you're not going to get it with just one guy. And I don't even think Bit's going to turn the corner.
No, you're sitting in that position waiting in case James rounds the corner, walks into you, but you won't force the issue alone. And it's got to be frustrating for NaVi knowing that you've still got to go up against a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the AWP is still in the hands of James.
They have to expect that every single round down the stretch, even if they win them all, they're all going to be buy rounds. There's enough money for NaVi for VP to sustain all the way to the end. And if it gets to 12-11 point, they're going to be force buying regardless. So you're doing this the hard way if you're NaVi.
Problem is, James has kind of become predictable about his positioning with the AWP, right? We've only really seen it in the early portions, in middle, and then mostly towards A.
Yeah, we haven't seen him being too mobile. But I mean, I think a lot of it is there's just not a whole lot of fights for him to find at that B bomb site if he was to park himself there, unless he wanted to get aggressive, right? I think the only difference maybe would be to peek dark, but that's getting fast smoked each and every round. He's getting that information from his teammate. No one's peeking B main when he's been at that bomb site. So really, I think he probably feels like he doesn't have a whole lot of options of where to find success, and he wants that AWP to be in a position of impact.
Yeah, and the way that they've been taking middle on NaVi's side, right? It's like drawing attention to the boost. Aleksib coming through the smoke. It's tough to go there with an AWP, as James found out earlier on. So chances still for Virtus.pro to close, but NaVi bringing the fight to the bitter end.
Yeah, they've actually had to dig and scrape into the economy quite a bit. James on $50, Norbert on $0. So this would be interesting. If NaVi win this round, their next round, Virtus.pro, despite what I said earlier, they might be forced to make an economic decision and just save up for the last so they can have a good buy. Oh, good double nade.
Oh my
Great
God.
Double nade takes Imma out of the fight, and he hasn't even seen anybody.
Yeah, 11 health for Imma just like that. That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. And now he's hoping that this molly doesn't spread, uses the smoke early, because it would have been instant death if not. JL's been good when he applies pressure through dark. He's doing that once more. And Aleksib, the sole player for NaVi, applying pressure in middle, trying to force these Virtus.pro players back. But the rotation of 3 players towards B is at the ready here for Virtus.pro.
James here with his AWP. Senses the execute coming in, wants to be in position. Oh, and look at VP, this is great. Oh no, not so much. Norbert gets caught out by JL. He's been a beast in dark when he's got this position. And now, look at the nades for VP.
Now look at the A bomb site defense, there's no one there.
Oh, they got nothing.
If NaVi go towards the A site, they have an open bomb site, but if they go back into the B site, they're going to have to deal with the rest of Virtus.pro. There's still a chance to close this one with James shot through dark. Flit lines up 2 in dark, and the bomb is down. And just like that, from hero to zero, NaVi falls down to just 2 players. And VP have the advantage to close on this one, to go to the Major. And for James, it'll be his 7th time heading to the Major with Virtus.pro on his back. The former Major champions will return for the first time since their victory in Rio. They fell on the path to Paris, but they charge into Copenhagen 3-0 out of the RMR.
And this is a good looking VP team. This is...